present is I'm sort of the outside candidate. I'm a judicial reform candidate who believes that our nation is headed in the wrong direction. And that judicial accountability is the most important thing that you and everybody else in this election can address. We see the assault on our judiciary, but it's not unwarranted. The assault on our judiciary, I have been a victims' rights advocate for 35 years now. I have witnessed in the state of Maryland and all throughout the country. I help people free. I've never charged anybody. The victims I have on my website have lost in excess of $500 million. Not one of these people can get our elected official to sign a document, to come forth and to allow them to file a complaint with the Attorney Generals, the State Attorney Generals, the U.S. Attorney Generals, the FBI, the Justice Department. Nobody will allow victims of white-collar crime to come forth. Your homes are being stolen with forged documents. Your farms are being taken by foreign corporations. And nobody's standing up and saying, hold it, we're going to stop this. So this is the third time that I've been put through the general election by the Republican Party. I've funded all my campaigns have never collected a penny from anybody. Because I figure if I can't get into the office, I can't induce people to give to me for fruitlessness. But I've got here, what did you do for your country this week? Have you done anything for your country this week? Well, I did. On June 12th, I walked the halls of Congress and visited every member of the Senate Judicial Rules Committee. And I gave them a copy of this. And I asked them to answer the 13 questions. And it all goes back to 1933, 45, and 49, when all laws of the United States, and you're not aware of it, the United States of America was dissolved and turned it over to a private for-profit corporation. Every member who takes an oath of office to the corporation has to renounce their citizenship in the United States of America. But if you renounce your citizenship in the United States of America, how can you keep running for office? How can you possibly do that? So I made out a 7-page document right out of the U.S. Code, and I asked every member of the Judiciary Committee just yes or no on these questions. I've brought some copies for anybody who wants to see them. I've been asking this for 20 years. Yes, I'm unlikely to win. I've asked for the impeachment indictment of 220 state and federal judges. I've had to represent myself since 1995 when the mafia took over my business, multi-million-dollar business for $5, and then they took the title to my home, which I had paid off a month before, and as of today, I still have. They took all the debt of the business and put it on me. I had 3 jury verdicts. The President of the ex-President of the United States just had a jury trial. Jury trials are never considered to be re-examined by anybody. But hold it. This is not going on. They want to set all of that aside and say, yeah, the rich and the powerful can hire lots of attorneys, and we can nullify jury verdicts at our will if we have the money. No, that's not what the Constitution, the Declaration of Rights says. Every one of us in this room has a duty and a responsibility to our families, to our children, our grandchildren, and future of this republic, to stand up and say, I'm tired. I want accountability. I want equal justice under the law for every but not just the wealthy, not the 2%, and by God, not to the American Bar Association, which the Congress of the United States, one of the questions on here, actually passed a resolution in 1950 calling the American Bar Association a communist-influenced organization whose lawyers will never tell the truth. Now, I have friends right here, I have victims right here in this area here. African-American families who had their families' fathers' farms going back hundreds of years, stolen from them by judges and attorneys here in Charles County. I've asked for the impeachment and indictment of those judges. If I was wrong, is there a van out there? I've been driving that thing since 2014, or one similar to it. I have 19,000 docket entries and 120 plus court cases. I've argued jury trials of my own after they threatened my attorneys. I took over my own cases. I argued and won the last 2 or 3 jury trials myself, and I did not realize that I was arguing it before the judge whose brother-in-law was a mafia kingpin leader. And he had represented Spiro T. Agnew in his impeachment hearing. Now, I've got 1,500 videos at secretjustice.com that will attest to everything that I say. I have people up in Elton, Maryland, where they stole $18 million from this poor woman's father's estate. 2 days after he died, they went in and took the last will testament out of the court without a signature. The lawyer walked in, had family members in it. They turned around. She hasn't lived in that. She's now lived for 2 years without any heat or electricity. She's got water. In a house her father left her 3 homes paid for. I'm angry because I see it happen every day in our courts. Every single day, the injustice that's happening against our fellow citizens has got to stop, and we have to bring in the American Bar Association and its mafia-controlled agents and make them be held accountable for treason against the Constitution and the rule of law in this country. Now, our ex-president had 4,000 cases before the courts while he was president. 4,000 cases. That's an abuse of legal process. So I'm just here to thank you all for inviting me, for allowing me to say what I have to say and to make a record. But every one of us